What's going on, everyone? This is Dom, and today we're talking about the Galaxy Note 9, well, about a year later. I mean, this phone is basically Samsung's flagship. Every year, the Note brings to the table what we're going to see from Samsung, for the most part, for the rest of the year. And the Galaxy Note 9 came out about a year ago, and well, over the last year, it's been a love-hate relationship for me. Not in a bad way, but, well, I'll get into it in a little bit, but let's get started. So I'm not gonna sit here and talk about the Galaxy Note 10 or anything like that. This isn't any reason to convince you to upgrade from this phone to the next one or anything like that, but over the last year, I mean, this has been a pretty reliable phone. I mean, the battery life has pretty much remained the same for me. As far as the software goes, yeah, it's been a little more glitchy than it was, when I first got into it. Obviously, that's more or less expected these days, especially with Android phones. Even iPhones, they get super glitchy over, a long period of time. So as far as the software goes, good stuff. The battery life, still good stuff. Most of the things about this phone that I really kind of grew out of are going to be the gimmicks. So I can tell you easily how many times since I've got this phone that I've used the S Pen, and that's because it's really not that many. I mean, after a while, the S Pen just kind of wears off for me. I'm sure there are a lot of people that actually put it to really good use, but for me, it's always just remained a gimmick. I'm not the person to pull the pen out and write something down or use the different features that it comes with. It's just not my thing. I will say, like, for the first month or two, yeah, I would whip it out and bam, write something down and feel, super like, oh, I'm using a Note, it's kind of cool, But after a while, especially when the Galaxy S10 came out, well, that story changed a little bit. I constantly found myself switching to the Galaxy S10 Plus over the Note 9, and that's just simply because this is everything that the Note 9 is for the most part, but without the pen. I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of a different size ratio here, and that's okay. I can look past that because I didn't need the pen. I mean, they both have headphone jacks, USB Type-C. The works between the both of these two, that S Pen just didn't really keep me on the Note as much as it would. And I feel like a lot of people are in that position. You buy the new Note, it's all flashy, it's super awesome. When it comes out, it's top of the line specs, top of the line display, etc. And it has the S Pen, right? And then eventually you're just like, well, I don't use the S Pen that much. And I can't speak for all of you out there, but I know there are a good amount of people that buy a Note for the S Pen because really that's like the main reason. And then you just get tired of it and it ends up living in its little pocket there. Now, as far as the camera on the back side, I know people will be like, pixel, blah, 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 best camera, this and that. The Note 9 has an incredible camera. I mean, there's really no denying that. I haven't had any concerns or issues with it whatsoever. And for the most part, I've rocked this phone naked or in a very thin case, and I only have a couple of small scratches on the back side of here. Nothing that's really worth noting, though I haven't dropped it, so obviously that's a good thing, so I haven't had to deal with any cracking of the glass. But honestly, after the time has passed and now we have both of these phones out on the market, if I were to travel back in time and I only had to pick one of these two, I'd definitely pick the Galaxy S10 Plus because just for me, the S Pen it doesn't do much. I get really excited about the S Pen when it comes out, like I said, and eventually that slowly fades away. Now, obviously, there are a lot of improvements coming out with the Galaxy Note 10, though I think some of those are just going to be kind of superficial improvements, stuff that might look a little cooler. There obviously will be better specs, and again, I'm not trying to convince you to upgrade from one phone to another. I'm just giving you my experience over the last year with this phone. And basically that comes down to consistent battery life, some small hiccups in the software, some glitching out, things like that. Still an incredible camera, and overall, I'm pretty happy. If anything, when the Note 10 comes out, this guy is gonna be cheaper, and it might be something to consider if you haven't made the jump to any specific phone or not. But again, if you're not gonna use that S Pen, really just save yourself a little bit of money and go with the Galaxy S10 Plus, because at the end of the day, if you're not really into this thing, it will wear out on you after a while. You just end up keeping it in a little pocket there, never touching it. So I try to make this experience as concise as possible. I didn't want to ramble on too long about this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, what it comes down to are those main things. But I don't know, do you have a Galaxy Note 9? I want to know what you think in the comments section below. I mean, It's been a year now. Are you going to switch to a different phone after this? I know a lot of payment plans allow you to do that nowadays. I wanna know your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell because I do have Note 10 coverage coming up very, very soon, and I'm telling you, don't wanna miss that. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. This has been Dom, and I'll catch you in the next video.